Before we get started, just to let you know, I'm not making any guarantees or promises. I work for everybody. There's varies student by student. So, but there is a very, very high risk in trading. So please, when you go out there, only risk what you can afford to lose, all right? Because it doesn't work for everybody. Now, a couple of things we're going to cover. Okay, we're going to talk about the presidency. How's it going to affect not you personally, but how the trading market, because that's why we're here. Best times to trade, and we're going to focus on to the year, where to buy those big buys and sell offers. And, a lot of it has to do with risk management, because you know that it's not about the winners, it's the losers we have to control. And I'm going to give you 5 of the top best trading tools that I use that are going to make you that much more successful in the trading market. Now let's go to the market. Let's see what's going on. There's been a couple of things that have been moving here. And let me just change here so you guys can see this a little bit easier. Change the font here. There we go. All right, perfect. So there were a couple of good stocks that made some big moves. And I want to start off talking about some of these, like right here. Did anybody see the stock USEG? Anyone see this stock just about not too long ago? Had a nice little move. Beautiful US Energy. Stock ran from 270 all the way to a whopping $6. Nobody saw this. No one saw what happened. All right, well, Gillis, you did. Okay. We got one person here that saw it. I'll tell you, that's a pretty big move right there. Even though that where it is trading now, but that stock had a really, really nice move. We had the stock Rigetti. There's the warrant. I don't know if you saw this stock, another, I would call this one of the quantum stocks. Stock started this morning, $10.50 up to $13, still looking very strong. Long term, you can see it ran from 2 to about 20. A couple other ones here. Doge Z moved up pretty nicely. What was another one? This one's moving up pretty nicely this morning. That VSAT, great runner up, $9.50 all the way to $12. So the thing you have to understand, and there were some other stocks that are moving. You mean you got the Amazons, you got the Boeings. I mean, the market is up over 450 points. But the thing is this, I have a question to ask all of you, because this is what we're going to learn. What makes a stock go up and down? Can everybody answer that question? What makes a stock goes up and down? Buyers and sellers. All right. Can everybody put that in there? I want to see if everybody can write that down. Buyers and sellers. Okay. So I'm going to use a brand name stock. We're going to look at NVIDIA. Okay. NVIDIA is up today. Does anybody know why it's up? Do we even know why? And if we do know why it's up, why is it up this much, how it's going up and everything else? What really matters is this. What drives stocks up and down is what most of you said, buyers and sellers. So what I'm going to show you really quick is something called level 4, basically the right of the chart. Now, you see how NVIDIA basically made a big move right here. It broke through 140. You blow this up a little bit bigger for you. You guys can see this right here. Does everybody see that right there? 140. Okay. Why did it break 140? Why did it not stop and go back down? Why didn't it do this? Why now did it go this and now went all the way to 141? What made it go past 140? Everybody, Guy Hicks, I didn't hear from you. Casey, Carl, Mike, Anton. Could you all say the same thing? I want to make sure you guys are paying attention. Buyers. Juan, thank you very much. David, big buyers. Now, this is what I want to ask you. Do you see any buyers out here? Do you see any buyers on the chart? No, you don't. And you know what? If you worked on the past, you probably would have sold it, because history has a very good way of repeating itself and the stock went down. So what I'm going to show you really quick is this. I'm going to show you the right of the chart. So hopefully it's going to get your attention. What you're looking at right here is called level 4. And you could see right here, let me draw here. Hopefully everybody can follow along and pay attention. So this is 930. Market opens up, and then you had this big sell that showed up right around here. Okay. That seller is at 140, right? Do you notice he's not there anymore? There's a big green ball. What that means that big seller got executed. He was out there. came back down. This time it got out there, came back down. Finally, it hit him again and went past it. So that means that seller got executed. What happens if sellers get executed? That big seller was out there. Stock goes higher. Now, where's the next stop? Well, you had another seller here. You see a little red line there. You got another 240,000, 50,000 here at 142, and you got a 600,000 seller at 145. So let me explain to you how the market works. How does stocks go up and go down? Buyers and sellers. What are we seeing? What are we looking for when a stock goes up? Sellers. Because we want to know where other people are looking to get out, because we're not trading 250,000, 600,000 shares, tens of millions of dollars. These people are. And what happened when those sellers get executed or don't get executed? That's how stocks go up and go down. All right. So before I move any further, did I lose anybody? Just give me a quick yes or no. Did I get your attention? All right. Because that's why we're here. Now, let me just clear this out and put this over here on the side. And there we go. Put that over here. All right. So the most important question to everyone's mind is this. What's going to happen now we have a new administration, a new president coming in? Is NVIDIA going to keep going up? Is Tesla going to go up with Doge, whatever it is? Well, before I go into detail and tell you what to look for, because I've been doing this for a very, very long time, almost 35 years. Let me just do a quick little intro about myself, if some of you don't know who I am. I'm the president and founder of CyberTrade University. Been doing this for over 35 years. I'm one of the original day traders. If you ever read any of the old books, I'm one of the original Souls Bandits that started. Now, what happened, how I got into where I am today is I'm first generation Italian. My parents came to this country and they told me this is a country of opportunity. But to be successful at it, make sure you find people that know what they're doing, that are very successful at it, because if you don't, you're going to fail miserably, okay? And living here in New York, which I still live here, this is the financial capital of the world. I was trained by some of the best traders in the industry. And let me tell you, before I got started, I was pretty ignorant, okay? And some of us here probably are guilty of it too. I didn't want to work for somebody. I didn't want to learn from somebody. I'm like, let me try and see if I like it. So what I ended up doing is I blew up about 3 accounts, 2 actually. My third was my final. So my dad finally introduced me to somebody to teach me how to trade, one of his customers. My dad's customer told me, hey, you know what? Let me teach your son how to trade. I don't want him, being a gardener. Obviously he's young. Let him try something to make some serious money. And let me tell you what I've learned. What I've learned on the first day on the job, I should have never made my first trade, because what you saw right there, fellow traders, is this. I showed you something called the right of the chart. This is where the algorithms are, the AIs, the institutions, the high frequency trades, the dark pools, everything that you were warned about that is existing, you're going to see it. It's there. And hopefully what you're going to learn after the next 30 minutes is that I'm going to invite all of you guys to come to my professional trading room so you can see this for a whole week. But before I got to get where I am today, to get everybody's attention to know what I was doing, I did compete against every school. I beat every school in the industry. I've been featured on some of the biggest stations in the industry. I also do a lot of presentations for NASDAQ, teaching you how to trade on the exchange, because the thing is this. These brokerage firms want you to learn how to trade. If you knew how to trade, you'll be very successful in trading. I surround myself with great traders. Great traders never stop learning, which is great. But the thing is this, it's not about me bragging and saying, hey, I'm the best, I'm pounding my chest, and I make a lot of money. That doesn't make you money, right? What makes you money is this. Can I teach you how to do it? And that's why I'm here, okay? I'm here to teach you guys exactly what I just showed you. And I'm going to get into more detail about it, the level of the charts, understanding where the orders are, follow the money. Okay. Now, a question I've been getting asked all week is this. What stocks should I buy and sell with the Trump back in office? Okay. Well, listen, We scan the market every morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. We actually open up our trading room at 7:30 Eastern time. We do a lot of pre-market trading. So every single one of you here are going to be invited to come and watch us trade the market. So we do practice what we preach, okay? But we post everything on X, Telegram, Instagram, TikTok. You said it, we post it, okay? But as a trader, every day is going to be a new opportunity out there. Some things are moving, some things are don't. So finding them is really not that hard, to be honest with you. We kind of mainly just scan the market, you know, like the stocks I just showed you just before, like this big winner in USEG. It's the biggest percentage gainer in New York, okay? VSAT, Rigetti, I mean, 34%, 20%, all these stocks are all in the big percentage gainers, okay? And if you want to short, like EDU, missed earnings or just came out the earnings and projecting a little bit lower, you could short stocks. They're always going to be there. Every one of you here have a big percentage gainers and losers. But this is the issue. Not every stock is what we call tradable. Some of them move too fast. Some of them are too cheap. Some of them are too expensive. Some of them don't have iceberg orders. They don't have the axe, what we call the big block orders. Some do, like I just showed you in NVIDIA. But that's what we need to focus on. So what I'm going to cover right now is this. I'm going to cover three things, mainly the two biggest, level 3 and level 4 quotes. Okay. Now, before I move on, I want to do a quick poll question. Who here has NASDAQ book viewer, or I like to call it level 3? So I'm going to do a poll. We got a poll up there right now. So everybody just click yes, no, or I'm not sure. Let's see how you answer this question. By the way, if you're a student here at Cyber Trading University, do not answer this question. Okay. So while you guys are filling that poll question, let me explain to you what we're looking at for some of you don't know what it is. So these are buyers. Every single buyer out there wants to trade Google. This is every seller out there that wants to sell Google. Whoever wants to buy for the most is up on top. Whoever wants to sell their shares of Google, the least is on the bottom. So what you're looking at is a big negotiated market. You're seeing every single buyer in the entire world that want to trade Google. Now, you have to keep in mind, this is like having a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, which you watch on TV. You're seeing every single buyer and seller out there. Now, what I want to talk about right now is how do we utilize that data to help us make better and smarter trading decisions? Because remember, it's not you that can manipulate the stock. It's these big block orders that control it. So what we're going to focus on is this. You can't monitor every order out there, the 200s, the 300, or 500s. What we do want to focus on is this. The 87,000 shares that make up the 340 shares that make up the 87,000. This is what we're going to look for. So 99% of what you see out there is noise. The top 1% is what we're going to look at right there. Now, this is where you have to pay your attention because I am going to test all of you how to use this. Now, let me show you the poll questions. You can see how many of you guys don't have it, and some of you do. Now, I'm just going to give you a heads up right now before anyone gets a little upset. What you're about to see is going to be very disturbing because you're going to be and ask yourself, why are more people not talking about this? And why am I just learning this now? Well, the good thing is it's never too late to learn. Okay. So let me show you why important it is. And then I'm going to answer that question in more detail when we get more towards the end. Now, what we have right here is we're going to be looking for something called iceberg orders. They're basically big block orders that are out there trying to get in and out of the stock. Some people like to call program trading, AI, whatever it may be. So the big thing is buyers make support, sellers make resistance. Without the buyers, you're not going to have support. Without resistance, without sellers, you're not going to have resistance. So here's an example. You have a stock right here, started around 74.50. It goes all the way down, stops here at $11, goes back up, comes back down, 11.50, and goes back up and continue to go higher. Why did the stock stop right here? What made it go up? Was it a Fibonacci? Was it a MACD? Was it President Trump? What made it go up? Was it news? No. What made it go up is the buyer column, and you work your way down, and you'll notice once you get right down here, which is this number right here, at 71.15, there was 155,000 shares looking to be bought at that price. Now, what is that guy doing down there? And not only that, why there's so many orders around that price? That is called a demand. You ever put a limit order out there? Well, imagine everybody's putting limit orders at that specific price. Now, why that price? I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I could sit there and try to analyze it and program. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is it's black and white. Buyers, sellers. 155,000 share buyer at 71.15. That's what drove the stock up. Now, let me clear this out and let me show you the opposite. Here's an example of a stock that hits a resistance levels. Now, what makes resistance levels? Sellers. So you can see how the stock started around 134, went to 135, and came back down. Now, when you look at the chart, there's nothing that tells me or indicates the stock is going down other than it went down. But when you look at the right of the chart, you'll notice what makes resistance levels? Sellers. And we work our way down, and we'll notice that we have this big 78,000 share seller at 135. That's that seller right there. So when you own a stock and you're like, oh, I'm making money, I'm at 133, and I'm like, okay, when do I sell it? Some of us don't realize that you don't want a stock to tell you when it's going down. You need to know when it's going down before it gets there. And what answers that question is the big block orders that are out there trying to get out at that specific price. So don't say, oh, it's 135. It's a whole number. It has nothing to do with it. Okay. I just showed you a stock at 71.15. At the end of the day, it's the big block order that does it. I'm going to show you a couple more examples as we move on. Now, let's look at IBIT. Okay. Everyone's familiar with the crypto stocks. This is the ETF for BlackRock, and it's been doing pretty well. But the thing is, we don't want to just buy it. We want to buy it at a good price, right? So you look at the stock going down. Now I'm going to ask all of you a question. I want to see how you all answer this. The stock is going down. What's going to make the stock go up? What do you think? Gillis, you're right. Marlon, you're right. Not sellers, buyers. Could everybody write that in there? John, Matthew, Patel, Kerry, Whitney, buyers. Just write the word B, just so I know you're paying attention. Okay. Now, because this is what's going to lead into showing you that you've been trading blind. Do you see any buyers on this chart right here? You see any buyers? No, I don't see a damn thing. So how are you going to see buyers? We got to look at the right of the chart. And when I look at the right of the chart and I work my way down, I have to go all the way down to a price right here, which is $58.10. And there's 142,000 shares out there. Now, there are buyers at every price. There's 2,000 shares, 5,000 shares, 800 shares, 300 shares, 900. You're talking 142,000. That's not pocket change. Okay. Now, don't ask me why is he down there and why is that specific? I don't know. And I really don't care. All I know is when I look at the right of a chart and not the left, that's where I am. When the stock goes down and you want to know where support levels, if you want to be patient, that's where it's going to go. And guess what? That's over $8 million worth of stock. Now, I don't know if that sounds like a lot, but to me it is when most people are only showing 300 shares. But that's what you have to focus on. And guess what? If you waited and you waited and you waited and waited up until 1 o'clock, guess what? Stock went from 56.80 all the way down to 56.20. And right after that, boom, that goes up to 57.30. Remember, what makes support and resistance levels are buyers and sellers. Let's go look at Tesla, for example. Tesla's going down, right? Really taking a big hit this morning. What's going to make it go up again? Buyers. Do we see buyers on the chart? No, we can't look at the left. We got to look at the right. I look at the right, look where buyers are. I see that there's a big block order right down here for 122,000 shares at 406. 414 to 406 is a lot. That's literally almost $8 lower from where it's trading right now. Well, what do you think is going to happen? You could pay 416, but it's got to test that. Oh, if it's going down, it's going to test that buyer, like it or not. And it did. And then if you waited and you were patient enough, look what happened. 146.50, boom, up to 416. Not bad for a day's pay. Now, how about resistance levels? Stocks going up. Okay, Trump got elected. He has his own public company. I don't know if you know that. True Social, DJT, which is his initials. Stocks going higher. Listen, 35 to 40 is a pretty nice profit over an intraday chart. That's a lot of money right there. But I don't know. I remember the stock was 100. Can it go to 100? It sure could. But before we can get to 100, it's going to test some resistance levels somewhere down the road. So we need to go back and look, where is the next biggest iceberg order? And if I work my way on the right, there we are, fellow traders. 129,000 shares right there at 40.80. Now, you think I'm more concerned about the 400 share seller, the 100 share seller, or the 129,000 share seller? Because that is one big block iceberg order out there. You think you want to gamble and see it's going to go past $40.80, get past that 49? I know I won't. But when you look at the chart, it sure doesn't say that. Oh, this thing's definitely go past it. Oh, absolutely. Okay, great. Let somebody else buy it. I have no problem paying more for a stock. Let somebody else get it, because guess what? Look what it just did. It went to 41 and came right back down to 39. Do you ever convert a winner to a loser? Or you ever feel like sometimes you sell your winners too soon, you hold your losers too long? Well, once again, are you following the money? And I'm not looking to change anything that you might be doing. This is only a supplement. And this works with everything: options, futures, cryptocurrency, everything. All right, let's look at what happened this morning with SMR. Okay, here's a stock that had a really good move this morning. Big pop on the stock, right? Went from like 23.40 up to 24.80. Okay, now what is going to make the stock go down, everyone? Question. What's going to make it go down? Sellers. Buyers make it go up. Sellers make it go down. Well, you got to find the resistance. I work my way over here on the right, and I say, okay, well, at that 24, big root mover. And I'm like, wow, the stock has been a good run. But, when we can look down here, we can see there's a big seller right around 25 for 90,000. Now, does that really sound like a lot? Well, when everyone's showing 100 share orders and you got something that's almost 900 times more the average of every order that's out there, I would say yes. And guess what? If you didn't get out and knew beforehand, that's how you convert a nice little winner to a big ass loser. Ever happened to you? Well, it's time to fix that. Now, let's go back to the live markets. All right. Now, by the way, is anybody here would like to get NASDAQ Book Viewer? Anybody here want to get a piece of that? NASDAQ Book Viewer? All right. So what I'm going to do is at the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you my email. So if you want it, reach out to me. I'm not going to tell you where to get on the website. I've done that before, and it's done more damage than good. I have 2 videos that are 5 minutes long. It'll tell you how to set it up and make sure you get the right one, because I don't want you to order the wrong one and pay a lot of money for the wrong one. So before we do that, I'm gonna give that to you in the next 10 minutes. All right. But before I do that, I want to cover one more last example. I want to talk about level 4. I got it, but I don't know where I can see it. I use Thinkorswim one. That's great because Thinkorswim does got level 4. I'm going to talk about that right now. And Juan, at the end of the presentation, when you come into my trading room, we'll show you how to set it up. Okay. But that's great that you have it. All right. Now, level 4 is a little bit different than level 3. It's got a little bit more data. You basically get everything here. Oops, what I did here. Hold on. A mistake. Okay. Let me just fix this here. So right here, you have all the orders, right? And with all these orders, now what you're seeing is more of a heat map right here. So you get to see how long he's been out there. Is he getting executed? All that good stuff. So it's a little bit more of it's like implementing a chart, but a future chart. So let me clear this out and let me show you what I mean. What was the last stock we were looking at? NVIDIA, right? Let's go check out NVIDIA. Again, it's a brand name stock. Everybody knows about it, so we'll use that. NVDA, NVIDIA. All right, so NVIDIA had a really, really nice move. So can anybody here tell me where's the resistance levels in NVIDIA? Anybody know where the resistance levels are? I'll draw a trend line here. Here's our trend line. You got to know where resistance levels are. We're looking at the left of the chart. All right, I see there's some resistance levels up here, somewhere around 150, right? Any place else we see it? I want to see the peaks. Got one right there. We have like one right here, right? Somewhere right there. Everybody see those? Everybody agree? Let me zoom in over here a little bit. So you can see that we got resistance levels several days up here, there, right? Yeah, resistance levels here, which is this low right here, right? Resistance levels there. So you do the math, you look at it and like, okay, you got 141, somewhere around 145, 149, and right around 153, okay? Does everybody agree? That's what the left of the chart's saying. But right now, we're trading over here. We're trading right now right around this 141. Everybody agree? Okay. So now let's go see where the orders are. Let's see if this pertains to the resistance levels. Here is our orders. So you can see right here, we got some big red lines. Big one here at 150 for 1.4 million. Another one here for about 600,000. You got one right around here, which is around 142, right? And let me bring the chart back up here. Moves over. So now you could look over here. You could say, well, we didn't go high enough to see the 153, but we definitely see that the 150, obviously what happened in the past, those guys are still out there in the future. 145, yeah, we could still see that, not as much as the 150, but yeah, we do see the 145 for 6,000, and we could see the one right now, not that much, about 300,000, that's hovering right around 142. Okay. So if you wanted to know where resistance levels are and where to have a game plan, where to get out, there you are. Because if you didn't, and if you look at this right here, you could see that NVIDIA, hold on. Where has it been going in the past, few months? It's been trading in this range right here. It's been going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It hasn't gone anywhere. It literally hasn't gone anywhere. You got a lot of resistance levels here, which probably makes it the support, but it really hasn't gone anywhere. So this applies to every stock. Now, what I want to do is I want to ask everyone a question. Give me a stock and let's go have some fun. Let's go let's go see what your stock is doing today. And let's have a little bit of a game plan and see what's happening on the right of the chart. All right. All right. Let me mix this out. Amazon. We got Amazon here. Anyone else? We got Amazon. We got, let me bring this up here. We got Amazon. We got Tesla's a pretty good one, right? Tesla has some good iceberg orders. Look at the Fabulous 7. Here's some other stocks that we're looking at today. Let me just get them out of here. Clear up some of these tabs. Clear that one out. Clear this out. All right, we got Tesla, we got Palantir, PLTR. Look at some of them. All right, so start off with Amazon. So let me go back. I'm only showing an hour. I need a little bit more data. 3 hours. 3 hours. Just got to go back. It's only showing me an hour. There we go. All right, so look at Amazon. And let's bring up the chart. So here's Amazon, and long-term wise, you can see where it's trading at. And Amazon right now, we're rating right there. So we're hovering right around a big resistance levels, which is like an all-time high, is around 230, right? All right, so let's see where 230 is. We're looking at Amazon. Here's open markets. We got a big seller at 235, another big seller at 240, and then you got a bunch of stacks are going on right now from 232, 233. You got about 60,000, 40,000. The real big seller is 235. So when I look at side by side, you could see there's nothing at 240. So that's all-time highs, but there are orders already defaulted out there. Could be program trading, could be option plays there. But the 235, it looks like what we see right here, it looks like it's going to probably pass it. But the real big seller, that seller's right now, it looks like we're hovering a bunch of sellers between here. So now you get a feel of what's going on with that one. All right, we got another one. Let's go check out another one you guys brought up. Who's the other one? Tesla. Let's see that one. And see what the market with Tesla is doing. Here's Tesla. And you could see here, you have not a lot, but about 195,000 at 450, which is right around there. Now it looks like it's probably higher than that, but not what see the orders are. And as lows go, 240, 250. Got a couple of buyers here around 400, which is right around here. You got another buyer out there at 380, which is right around here. That kind of explains what that order is right there. So you can see it right there. All right. So at least now you're seeing where some big block orders are. We got one more, right? Let's do Palantir. I own that stock actually. And Palantir, PLTR. Is Palantir, and blow this up. So Palantir, you could see at 75, you got about 200,000 share seller right there. Let me zoom out a little bit further. You got 300,000 at 80. So you could see 74, 75, you got about 300,000, give or take, 350. If it breaks that, you got a little bit at 78, but a really big one at 80. All right. So when you look at the chart here, here's 80. Got another one here, 85. Let me go out. Let's check. Can I zoom a little further? Not a lot. There's only 20,000, 200,000, but the real big one's here at 80. You see how much easier it is kind of see it, fellow traders? Just seeing the orders instead of sitting there and, putting this a stochastic, an RSI, a Bollinger Band. What else we got? MACD. Does that help? Would you rather look at this or would you rather look at this? What is easier to read to you? And I only put a couple of them. I didn't put a lot of them. There's thousands of indicators, right? What's easier to read, the right of the chart or the left of the indicator? Do I rest my case? All right. So who here would like to see this live in the market, see how we follow them, chase, find them, and how to trade them? So what I want to do is let me minimize this. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. And because I'm going to show you how to follow these big block orders, all these big orders out there. So if you want to see more, a couple of ways you could do it. First of all, did everyone subscribe to my YouTube channel? Okay. Very important that you do. Like us, friend us, ring that bell. We go live every day, several times a day. We send out alerts. So if we see something, there's classes in there. I have over 3,000 videos on there. No, you're not going to watch them, but join the social network of it. Great educational lessons on there. I'm also posting on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, Telegram. So subscribe to all those channels. I don't know what you guys are a fan of, but we post every day. We just did one today. We did a podcast with Marina from the Traders Chick that was just on there. We just posted those shorts out there. They're great. I'm saying, like, listen, if you're trading by yourself, you want to be part of a team. This is a great place. It's a great way to start. Now, just to also let you know, Cyber Trade University has been ranked as the #1 school, as in dominating with the brokerage firms, the exchanges. We're endorsed by more brokerage firms and more exchanges than any school in the industry. We also have a 5-star rating on Google, which is unheard of. And we've also been ranked #1 by ChatGPT. Okay. You could see it, Underground Investor, Bears and Bulls, Humble Trader, everyone out there ranked 31, over 30 years experience. You can see what ChatGPT had to say about us. So we're very proud of that too. Now, why is that? Well, we love teaching people. And a lot of you here, need to have that support, really need to know where to look. You need to be part of a group, all that stuff, because that's how I started. I just didn't go out there and learn on my own. I had to work for somebody. But the good part about today is you don't have to do that. You don't have to come to work in New York. You don't got to split the profits. You don't got to pay $1,000 a month I used to pay for software anymore. You don't have to do any of that. So, but what I am looking to do is I'm looking for traders I could teach to be part of my team. And all I'm asking for is this. If you want to get a free copy of my book, if you want to get access to that NASDAQ book viewer, if you want to come and join my professional trading room, which is right here, and be part of all these people out there, look at all these traders all around the world, Oregon, Tennessee, Canada, Quebec, look at all these traders out here. Jose from New Jersey, Kathleen from Illinois, Lynn and Randy, that's you right there. They're from Tennessee. How do we find a stock like APLD? What's making go up? All you have to do right now is take your phone, scan that QR code, or we're going to post a link up there. You can just go to ctu.co/trial. There's the link right there. So if you click on that link, fellow traders, all you got to do is at $9. That's all we're asking for. It's not a lot of money. But the reason why we're asking for $9 is this. 2 reasons. Number one, we want to make sure you say who you are. And number two, we feel like you might take it more seriously. Now, after a week, we're not going to charge you a single penny more. If you want, we'll give you money back. It's 100% money back guaranteed. The $9 is just lets us know you're a real person or not. Now, let me explain all the great things that you're going to get. You're going to get live commentary we do all day long. You're going to get access to our chat room, our trading room, and all the stocks that the students are trading. We're going to show you how to follow these iceberg orders. You're going to have access to every one of our exclusive podcasts that we do, all for $9. And one more bonus I'm going to throw in there. If you do sign up, I will personally give you a coaching class. So the thing is this, you're going to have a lot of questions. You might be very interested, and it's very difficult to kind of talk to you with all the hundreds of people in the trading room. So after being there for a couple of days, even there an hour, you might want to ask some questions. You could ask our staff, or you could ask me personally, because we all need to be educated. And to be educated, you need questions. I know a lot of you here signed up for programs, never spoken to the owner, don't even have a phone number to reach out. There's our phone number right there, 877-7070 cyber is actually, or that's a direct number right there. You know, no one does that, because that's what I've been doing for 30 years. That's why I've been endorsed by every brokerage firm. And that's why it's important that if you really like and saw what you saw, how to read a right of the chart, here's your opportunity. Now, here's a couple of questions people do ask me. For those coming here, just a couple of questions that I got, and I want to kind of bring them up. Some people always ask me, I never heard of level 4 before. Why am I hearing for the first time? Well, let me tell you, who really trained you, right? I was a market maker. A market maker is a trader that worked for a brokerage firm. I live here in New York. Those people you saw running around New York Stock Exchange, I was one of them, right? Who would you like to learn from? Some guy, you know, in Tennessee that found something that worked for him, which is nothing wrong with that. Or you want to know how Wall Street trades? You want to learn from Main Street or Wall Street? Because that's where I come from. And the way Wall Street traders work is trading on something we're looking at right now. How big of an account do I need to take to get started? Listen, you don't need a lot of money to do this. That's a misconception. Don't worry about a brokerage account. Don't worry about trading. Worry about $9 right now. That's all you got to worry about. Worry about joining the trading room and see if you could actually do this before you worry about that all that other stuff. So brokerage accounts, trading. Listen, the stock market's not going to go out of business, but you got to learn before you could earn when it comes to trading. How does a live cyber group trading work experience? How does it work? Well, when you register, everybody, all of you are going to have access to our portal page. You are all going to have access to my staff. That you're going to make an appointment. They're going to walk you through what you need to look at, where to. They're going to give you the list of how to get book viewer. You're going to get a couple of sample courses that we're going to give you. They're going to make you an appointment with me to follow up with you to kind of answer your questions in more detail if you want. But everything that we cover, you're going to get within this package. You don't need any special software packages. This is all browser based. There's no downloads. There's nothing. Okay. Everything is, you know, web-based. All right. Now I want to jump into the chat. I want to answer a couple of people's questions. By the way, here's a list of everything that you're going to get: the trading room, the workshops, the Traders Talk library, and you're going to get a free coaching class with me. All right. Now, do we cover futures? We do cover futures a little bit, James. We do cover a lot of crypto. We cover a lot of options, but mainly equities. Mainly equities. You trade ETFs, all that good stuff. David, how do you get the right one? That's an excellent question. What you need to do is this. Scan this QR code, pay the $9. We'll give you the workshops on those so you can work on your own speed, and then you go from there. And if you don't like it, we'll give you $9 back. All right. Like I said, I'm short for time here. My goal today was just to show you what it is and what you're looking backwards. And that's basically, you know, and we'll take it from there. I can't teach you how to trade it in an hour. I could just get you really interested to see what you're going to see in a week. Okay. A couple of people here that registered, just a couple of shout outs really quick. Who is this right here? What's this? Gavand from, I just got your registration. I can't pronounce your last name, but I did get your registration here. Who is this? Brown, got your registration. Welcome aboard. Okay, just a couple of shouts out here. Perry, just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Appreciate it. All right. Any other questions? A couple of people are registering right now. Now, listen, when you register, very important. We're going to ask you 5 questions. We need to know a little bit about you, who you traded with, who trained you, what kind of trading style you have. Okay. Then there's going to be another page where you're going to book your appointment. You're going to access a copy of our book, my book. You could pay for me $47 on Amazon. I'm going to give it to you for free here. Okay. So $9 is a lot cheaper than paying $47. And then you'll have access to everything. Try to book your appointments as soon as possible. Don't try to get into the trading room and then talk later, because you're going to be a little confused. There's nothing to be nervous about. There's nothing to be scared about. We'll get there when it comes to it. All right. Any other questions, fellow traders? Listen, it's $9. I could do it for free, but I just feel like people don't take things seriously when you do it for free. Like I had some of you here that really didn't answer any questions. Okay. I don't know if you got distracted, whatever it is, but listen, trading is a great job. Pays a lot of money. You are your own boss. You can come and go whenever you please, but there is a very big failure rate in trading. It's almost 90%. Why would anybody want to trade this market being a 90% failure rate is beyond me, but it might not be if you just had that little bit of trading. Lynn and Randy, come and join us. Thank you very much, Randy, for sharing that. Linda and Randy, husband and wife. I say it all the time. They're one of my hardest people to convince because they went through so many different programs and they knew they needed to be trained. They wanted to make sure. And you know what? They're there every single day. And it's good to have you. Thanks for being part of Randy and Lynn. It's always great to have a piece of you, having you be part of the team. Anyone else? A couple other people here registered again. Jasmine, I got your registration. Welcome aboard. Appreciate it. What's this? Haban, got your registration from Chicago. Welcome aboard. Delise, got your registration. Welcome aboard. All right. Kerry, another student there. Same here. Best decision she ever made. Thank you very much, Kerry. And you're going to meet all these people in the trading room. Listen, traders, the reason why my students come here today is I always told them that there's going to be a time where I'm going to teach you how to trade. And the reason why you came here is that someone had to convince you to come here. Don't let me convince you. Let the students convince you, because they've been there and they've done that. To be good at trading, you got to listen to other people. You got to listen to what they're doing. They've been there. They've done that. But you'll have to spend a lot of money in the beginning. You might spend it down the road, but you know what? You got to start somewhere. Listen, you can't be a doctor without going to med school, but you could become a trader without going to college, right? Why not? But you don't got to spend a lot to do it. I don't think anyone here would ever want someone to trade their money if they never learn finance. Well, guess what? You're trading finance. Why not learn it before you do it? Because I could tell you this, you do make a lot of big mistakes, and it's an easy fix, and it all starts right here. All right, trader, thank you very much for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will have this recorded for anyone that missed it. We'll have some quick shorts. We'll have a long version of it, but please go out there, make your appointment as soon as possible. And if you didn't move forward with Cybertrade University, listen, I get it. Don't worry about it. We'll still be here. I mean, I hate to say it. I want you to learn the hard way, but I have people that could come back to me and says, you know what? I should listen to you 3-4 years ago when I first heard you at the Traders Expo or at one of these big other events that you've done. So without wasting any time, let's do it sooner than later. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the trading room. For everybody else, hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Happy trading.